Hey, my name's Cameron Beck with Eclipse Lighting and Grip, and today we're going over the Walkie Talkie. So the most common walkie that you're going to see on set is a CP200. It's by the brand Motorola. As you can see right here, there is a two-hole thing for you to stick your servo or surveillance in. People like calling it different stuff. Normally it's just surveillance, but I've heard servo in the ethers before. Now, some normal etiquette that you'll have is if you go to your channel, which on the top, you have two different little dials. Dial to your left is where your channels are. Dial to your right, turn on and off. And when you turn it on, you're gonna hear this. That means it's on. If you do not hear that, your walkie is dead or you didn't turn it up fast enough to hear the beep. But I always like to hear the beep to confirm that my walkie is actually on. When it comes to etiquette of it, so let's say you're on G&E and you're on channel 3 or something like that. Whatever, it's normally 6 or 7 for me, but it really varies production to production. Now, if you're shooting exteriors or you're not rolling and you can have open walkie, and that's what that means. So if you do not have a surveillance in, that means you have an open walkie on set, which can be very frustrating if it's not done right. But if you're like far apart and you don't really need to have a surveillance in, you're doing all kinds of stuff, open walkie can be fine. Some typical lingo that you're gonna find when you are using these walkie-talkies is if you call for somebody, you'll say cam for production, or DP for production, or a G&E for production. But you will say your department or you for whoever you're looking for in the world. And then Billy Bobby will say on the other side, go for me, or go for whatever. So it's going to be cam for blank, and then the person responding should say, go for blank. That is typically the most effective way to get someone's attention and to acknowledge that they heard you in that moment. If someone's doing a special lighting gag or something like a driving scene, the first AD or somebody will yell, clear the air. That means don't talk into this because they're trying to give special instructions day of, and if someone's saying, hey, the movie last night was really nice, which totally happens, by the way. Half the time I use this walkie, it's just to mess around. I just say like things I probably shouldn't say all day on set. Mainly because I work in G&E and it's kind of the vibe, but it's what you do. Here's a fun little fact. If you're a PA on set, make sure you always have walkie-talkie batteries on you at all times. And if someone comes up to you and says, hey, I have a hot brick, or can you give me a hot brick? That means they have a charged walkie battery. And if someone comes up and gives you a cold brick, that means it is a non-charged walkie battery. And then last little fun tip, the surveillances that you do get right off the bat that have a little mushroom earpiece hurt. They're not fun. They're really loud. I've never enjoyed them. There is a molded earpiece that you can buy on Amazon that is amazing, and I highly recommend that everyone gets those earpieces versus getting the ones that just are not fun. And before I forget, to use the CP200, there is this right here. All you're gonna do is just hold it down, and you're gonna see, that's it. That's all you gotta do, and you're done. And what should happen is when you turn it on, when you hold it, there's a little red light on top, and you know that it's working. And that's all we have today for the CP200 Walkie Talkie.